Cobra Kai became a global hit when it first came out on YouTube, so much so that Netflix purchased it and then continued it for another 5 more seasons. See, Karate Kid Legends is out now in cinemas, bringing Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan together for the first time. But before we get swept up in the hype of another sequel, let's be honest, does the original still hold up? The Karate Kid was released in June 1984. Yes, it's older than me. Directed by John Avensdale. I think that's how you pronounce his name. You may know him from another underdog story, Rocky. Written by the same guy who actually wrote Taken and parts of the Fifth Element screenplay. The story follows Daniel LaRusso, a working class teen who moves with his mother from Newark, New Jersey to Reseda, California. What makes the Karate Kid compelling, even now, is that at the start of the film, we're meant to believe that Daniel's a good guy. The film has Daniel as a cliche. He's insecure, impulsive, and visibly affected by his environment and the changes he's going through. We're meant to feel for him within the first 15 minutes. It builds him up as the hero of the movie, and from all posters and box art, it does, until you really look at what's going on. Yes, it doesn't gloss over the psychological weight of being an outsider, someone who's had no choice when he was forced to move across the country and left everything he knows behind. But, here is the but, Daniel doesn't control his anger and becomes obsessed with a girl he's just met. Okay, maybe he's not obsessed, but she showed no interest in him at all.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, watch. I'll get it.
So when Daniel first meets her, she's going through a breakup with the actual good guy of the movie, Johnny Lawrence.
8 a.m. tomorrow, I'm a senior. I've got 1 year to make it all work. And that's what I'm gonna do. Make it work. All of it, right?
Here's where Daniel's violent nature comes out. When Johnny arrives at the beach party to try and patch things up with Ali, Daniel sees an opportunity to impress Ali and decides to escalate the situation by trying to fight Johnny over a radio. Okay, Johnny does push him away, but he's trying to have a discussion. But it's not his fault that Daniel falls over. He's very weak and small. This is when the rage in Daniel really shows. He's out for blood straight away. Johnny, having trained in karate, simply steps aside and down Daniel goes. This doesn't stop Daniel from trying again, does the same thing, and well, Johnny has to take control of the situation.
No worries.
And then leaves, so it doesn't go any further. I mean, it's America. Johnny doesn't know Daniel. He could have a weapon. After everything that happens, we end up still following Daniel and introduced to Mr. Miyagi, the quite handy man who lives in his complex. He becomes Daniel's unlikely teacher, played by the late, great Pat Morita. I can't pronounce his name. Who actually got an Oscar nomination for his portrayal of Mr. Miyagi. See, Miyagi isn't just a wise old master. He's a character with depth and dignity. He's a Japanese-American war veteran who's lost his wife and child and knows a thing or two about self-control, unlike Daniel, who picks fights at school with Johnny and his friends to the point Johnny has to send him a message. The thing is, Mr. Miyagi never teaches violence. He teaches balance, patience and control. And in any other film, he would have been reduced to a stereotype. It was the 80s after all. But here, he's the soul of the story. He's the one who sees Daniel's issues and tries to calm him down.
Close eye. Trust. Concentrate. Think only today.
Thanks for watching so far. Why not click the like button and help us be pushed out on the algorithm? That'd be good. Daniel, again unprovoked, decides to prank Johnny at the school dance, ruining Johnny's night. Johnny has to send another message with his friends from the Cobra Kai karate group, but Mr. Miyagi comes and steps in and beats up a group of teenagers, basically. After this, Mr. Miyagi has the sensible idea of you leave him alone and he'll leave you alone. So they go to the Cobra Kai karate studio, but are, introduced to John Kreese, the sensei, Johnny's sensei, another psycho in Johnny's life.
On the street, in competition, a man confronts you, he's the enemy. An enemy deserves no mercy. What is the problem, Mr. Lawrence?
They agree to leave each other alone as long as Daniel fights in this karate tournament.
Name a place.
Tournament.
But Daniel still hasn't learned anything about discipline or self-control and carries on. Well, he kind of like bullies Johnny at school because he knows he can't attack him.
Hey, sorry about the eye there, Johnny. Shoulder okay, Tommy? You guys be careful not to go stepping in front of any more buses now, all right?
See, they all hold back as they're promised to do, and Daniel doesn't.
Hold it! Remember what Sensei said? We gotta wait for the tournament.
Must be take a worm for a walk week.
Up until the tournament, we see Daniel actually improves as a person. He calms down, allowing him to have a date or two with Ali, who, since the beach party, has seen a difference in him thanks to Mr. Miyagi and his training.
All in the wrist. Wrist up, down. Wrist, all in the wrist. Up, down, long stroke.
When the tournament actually comes around, Daniel surprisingly does well and reaches the final against, obviously, it's going to be Johnny. Daniel does a illegal kick to win the fight and shows he's not learned anything.
Finish him!
But Johnny doesn't say anything and actually says he's all right. And that's how the film basically ends.
You're all right, LaRusso.
Thanks a lot!
From a storytelling perspective, the film takes its time. It doesn't rush to the tournament. It allows characters to build up. The pacing might feel slow by modern standards, but it earns the emotional payoff if you're rooting for Daniel. And that's how the filmmakers wanted it to play out. They have Daniel as the hero, and even in the TV show Cobra Kai, they still paint Johnny as the enemy, when all he's doing is trying to connect with his son, who Daniel has taken under his wing, again messing with Johnny 30 years later, now involving Johnny's child. The film isn't without flaws, don't get me wrong. Some characters like Ali feel a bit like underdeveloped, a few transitions are a bit iffy, and from a modern lens, the bullies are kind of one-dimensional. Well, until you watch Cobra Kai later, they change for the better. After watching this and the sequels, make sure you watch Cobra Kai, all 6 seasons. It's really good.
I know we want to win, but it's got to be the right way. We don't have to fight dirty.
The issues don't break the film, they reflect the era it came from. It is a classic, and the older I get, the more I'm on Johnny's side. I know what the filmmakers were going for. They're going for like an underdog story with a heart, and yes, you'll see that if you just focus on Daniel being the victim. But if you step back and look at it from all angles, and even adds in what happens in 2 and in 3, and even Cobra Kai, it does feel like Daniel gets his way no matter what.
Look, Robbie, your dad and I, we have our issues, but you and him, that's another story.
Cobra Kai for me works better than the movie because it's stretched out over 6 seasons and there's more characters to develop and everything like that. It also gives you the original cast back together, which is good. But if you are going to go see Karate Kid Legends, make sure you see the Karate Kid original film in 4K. So check out the 4K version. It does look really good. It's the best it's ever going to look. If you've enjoyed any part of this video, even if it's the ending, and even if you don't agree with what I'm saying about Johnny being the hero and Daniel not being the hero, write in the comment section. Let us know what you think of the original Karate Kid. We'd really appreciate it. You're not going to be wrong or anything. It's your opinion. Same with this is my opinion, so it doesn't really matter. But if you've enjoyed it and are looking for something else to watch, why not check out one of these videos, and we'll see you next time.